Imagine a place so vast, so ancient, it makes you feel like the last human on Earth.
A country where skeletons of ships rust on a coastline, the sailors named the Gates of Hell. Where ancient stone paintings are older than the pyramids. Where sand dunes stand taller than the Eiffel Tower. This is Namibia.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we are diving deep into one of the most extraordinary countries on the planet, Namibia. A nation that most people know almost nothing about. And that is exactly why we are here. Buckle up. This one is going to blow your mind. Let's start with the basics. Namibia is located in southern Africa, bordered by South Africa to the south, Botswana to the east, Angola and Zambia to the north, and the ice-cold Atlantic Ocean to the west. The country covers about 824,000 square kilometers, making it larger than France and Germany combined. And yet, in 2025, its population is just around 3 million people. That means Namibia is one of the most sparsely populated countries in the world. In fact, only Mongolia beats it in terms of low population density. And here's why. Much of Namibia is simply desert. The Namib Desert, from which the country gets its name, stretches the entire length of the country's coast. It is believed to be the oldest desert on Earth, estimated to be 55 to 80 million years old. Yes, older than the Himalayas. Then there is the Kalahari Desert in the east, a vast sea of red sand dunes and sparse scrubland. And in the north, the land transforms into savanna and woodland. But perhaps the most jaw-dropping landscape of all is Sossusvlei, a salt and clay pan surrounded by towering orange dunes. The dune called Big Daddy reaches 325 meters high, taller than the Chrysler Building in New York. This is a land that looks like it was painted by God on a very adventurous day. Now let's talk about the history of Namibia. And I warn you, parts of this story are deeply painful. The earliest known inhabitants of this land were the San people, hunter-gatherers who have lived in southern Africa for at least 20,000 years. Their ancient rock engravings at Twyfelfontein, which was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2007, are some of the finest examples of Stone Age art in Africa. Over thousands of years, other groups migrated in: the Nama, the Herero, the Damara, the Avambo, each bringing their own languages, traditions, and ways of life. Then came the Europeans. In the 15th century, Portuguese explorers sailed past the Skeleton Coast, a name that should tell you everything. The currents, the fog, the rocks. They claimed thousands of ships and sailors. By the 1880s, Germany formally colonized the territory, calling it German South-West Africa. And what happened next was one of the darkest chapters in African history. Between 1904 and 1908, the Herero and Nama people rose up against German colonial rule. The response was devastating. The German military drove men, women, and children into the desert, poisoned water wells, and established concentration camps. It is estimated that 80% of the Herero population and 50% of the Nama population were killed. This genocide, officially recognized by Germany in 2021, was the first genocide of the 20th century.
Germans should stop for our people, for us to...
After World War I, South Africa took control of the territory under a League of Nations mandate. Decades of apartheid-style rule followed, one of the most brutal and dehumanizing systems of racial segregation ever created. A liberation movement called SWAPO, the Southwest Africa People's Organization, fought a long and brutal independence war starting in the 1960s. On March 21, 1990, Namibia finally achieved independence, becoming one of the last African countries to do so. Sam Nujoma became its first president.
I move in the name of our people to declare that Namibia is forever free, sovereign, and independent. I thank you.
Freedom at last.
Namibia, our motherland, Namibia, we love thee.
Namibia is home to around 11 major ethnic groups, each with their own distinct language and culture. It is a country where ancient tradition walks side by side with modern life. The official language is English, a choice made deliberately after independence to avoid giving one ethnic group's language an advantage over another. But in the streets, you will hear Ashawambo, Afrikaans, Herero, Nama, and dozens of other tongues. The Himba people of northwestern Namibia are one of the most photographed communities in the world. The Himba women are famous for covering their skin and hair with a red mixture called a jais, made from butterfat, ash, and ochre, which protects them from the sun and insects and holds deep cultural meaning. They live a semi-nomadic life, raising cattle and goats, and their customs and spiritual beliefs have remained largely unchanged for centuries. The San Bushmen of the Kalahari are among the oldest surviving cultures on Earth. They speak in click languages, one of the most complex linguistic systems humans have ever developed. And their knowledge of the desert, every plant, every animal track, every shift in the wind, is extraordinary. Namibia also has a strong German cultural influence in some of its towns. In the city of Lüderitz and the capital Windhoek, you can find German colonial architecture, German bakeries, and even an Oktoberfest celebration. It is a country of contrasts, ancient and modern, sparse and vibrant, scarred by history and yet bursting with identity. The Namibian spirit, as they say, is as strong as the desert wind. Now, for many people, the words Namibia and wildlife are inseparable, and for very good reason. Etosha National Park in the north is one of Africa's greatest wildlife destinations. Covering over 22,000 square kilometers, it is centered around the Etosha Pan, a vast, flat, ancient salt lake that appears white from space. During the dry season, animals flock to the waterholes in extraordinary numbers. Elephants, lions, leopards, rhinos, zebras, giraffes, and more, all side by side in the shimmering heat. But Namibia's wildlife story does not end in national parks. Namibia has the largest free-roaming population of cheetahs in the world, around 3,000 individuals, many of them living on private farmland. It is home to the famous desert-adapted elephants, a subpopulation of African elephants that have evolved to survive in the Namib Desert with almost no water, walking dozens of kilometers a day. Namibia has also been a global pioneer in wildlife conservation. It was the first country in the world to include the protection of the environment in its constitution. Its community-based conservation program is now recognized as one of the most successful in Africa, giving local communities the legal rights to manage and benefit from wildlife on their land. Since the program began in the 1990s, wildlife populations have rebounded dramatically. Lion numbers have grown, elephant numbers have grown, rhino numbers have grown. In a continent where wildlife is often under threat, Namibia has found a way to make conservation and community go hand in hand. And that is something truly remarkable. So how does Namibia survive economically in such a vast, arid land? The answer starts underground. Namibia is one of the world's top producers of uranium, a key element in nuclear energy. Its Rossing uranium mine is one of the largest open-pit uranium mines on Earth and has been in operation since 1976. The country is also rich in diamonds. The underwater diamond mining operations off Namibia's coast, where boats dredge the ocean floor for gems, are among the most fascinating and valuable in the world. Namibia is also a significant producer of zinc, gold, copper, and increasingly natural gas. In 2022, enormous oil and gas discoveries were made off the coast of Namibia, in what became one of the most exciting energy discoveries in Africa in decades. Tourism is another vital pillar of the economy. Namibia attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors each year, drawn by its landscapes, its wildlife, and its extraordinary dark skies. Yes, dark skies. Because of its low light pollution and high altitude, Namibia has some of the clearest, most spectacular night skies anywhere on Earth. The Namib Nature Reserve is one of only a handful of international dark sky reserves in Africa. The capital city, Windhoek, is a modern, relatively safe, and well-organized African capital, with a growing middle class, improving infrastructure, and a democratic political system that has held firm since independence. Namibia is not without its challenges. Income inequality remains very high, youth unemployment is a serious concern, and access to water is a constant battle in such an arid country. But there is also undeniable progress, and a generation of young Namibians who are ambitious, educated, and proud of where they come from. So there you have it, Namibia, a country of ancient deserts and modern dreams, of painful history and extraordinary resilience, of wild animals and wilder landscapes, of a people who fought long and hard for the right to simply be free. It is a place that will shatter every assumption you ever had about Africa and replace it with something far more complex, far more beautiful, and far more real. If Namibia is not on your bucket list yet, it should be. Namibia does not shout, it whispers, and if you are quiet enough, if you stop long enough, you will hear it. The oldest desert on Earth has a lot to say. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, it really helps this channel grow. Subscribe so you never miss a video, and drop a comment below. What surprised you most about Namibia? See you in the next one. Until then, keep exploring.